Moving ahead, now pay attention here. Based on the interior study of our earth, now you can say that some part of our earth are liquid. Specifically, the outer core is liquid. Outer core is liquid means the rocks which are there, those rocks are in their liquid state. Those rocks are in their liquid state. Now you'll ask why the rocks are in their liquid state. It is believed that because of the radioactive decay, because of the radioactivity outer core region, the rocks are there, they are subjected to intense temperature, they are subjected to intense pressure, and because of the intense temperature and intense pressure, rocks are there, these rocks are very hotter, and there is what, there is a radioactivity. Because of that radioactivity, these rocks melt, and these melting state of rocks is being referred as what, magma. And that same magma is rising from outer core, moving through mantle, all the way through mantle, through cracks, through fractures which are there in mantle, through those cracks, through those fractures, it is arriving in lithosphere, or let's say in the crust part, and ultimately it is appearing on surface. Here you can see particular animation. We have a magma. When it is on the surface, that will be called as lava. So when the magma is appearing on the surface, the magma is appearing on the surface, and when this lava which is on the surface, and when it becomes cool, and when it is getting cool, or let's say solidify, so as a result of the solidification, the rock which will going to form, that rock is being called as igneous rock. Rock is originated from fire. Okay, so we have a igneous rock formation in this. Igneous rock are formed from the cooling of magma. So magma means which is inside the earth. Okay? When it is inside the crust. Lava means when it is on the surface. Okay, it is on the surface. So here it is called as what, magma. Here it will be called as what, magma. Once it is out, it will be called as what, lava. Okay. And when this lava will cool, as a result of that, we will have a formation. Let's have a discussion on the features of this. So with respect to this igneous rock, here you can see this granite, and yes, this granite is an igneous rock. Its genesis, its origin is associated with fire. Okay, granite which we used to see in our kitchen, they might have been there in the liquid state in the core, moving all the way through mantle, there in the asthenosphere, and used to erupt in form of volcano. But this process would have taken million of billions of years. Okay, so the granite which is there in your kitchen, you have expect that for that particular time period, billions of years subjected to heat, that you can use that as a decorative means in, or let's say, or let's say, yes, when you are in this position, also have to feel this kind of heat, have to, being a dedicated one, then only you will be placed, then only you will able. Granite was subjected to intense heat, somehow rise on the surface, took thousands of millions of billions of years, then you would be more than that, are able to handle that particular, able to handle that temperature, hard work required to survive. Okay, all right. So we have a, now let's see what are the features. What are the features of igneous rock? If you see rocks, while looking at the rocks, you can say that yes, this rock is a rock, this rock is a sedimentary, and this rock is a metamorphic. So these rocks have a contrastingly different, and based on these features, you can say what could be the particular category of that rocks. Let's have a clarity on the features as well. First of all, crystalline in nature. If you see igneous rock, so igneous rock will have a well developed crystalline pattern. The crystals would be there, and as the crystals would be there, they will appear shiny. So as a result of crystalline appearance, they are what? Hard. When you have a crystal structure, crystal for its hardness. And yes, we will also have a interlocking mineral grains. And you can see this particular rock. This particular rock is a bit shiny. So here we have what? Crystal. So whenever we have a crystal, that rock would always. Whenever we have a crystal, that rock having an interlocking mineral. And as this igneous rock is the purest form of rock, because it is the result of what? It is the result of fire which is there in the outer core. It is result of those molten rocks, those liquid rocks, which are the result of radioactive decay, which are result of intense temperature and pressure. Let's say fire-like condition. So for that kind of circumstances, or let's say for that kind of condition, only the purest matter would go. Okay, so whatever could be the impurity, that would go to lost, that would go evaporate there, yes, in the interior parts, and whatever the purest form of material, only that would, and then it would rise. And so it's a purest form of, we can say, magma. That would also, it is unstratified, means there are no layers in these igneous rock. Here there are no layers. They have what? Uniform structure. The structure is uniform. Layered wise arrangement is not there. You will see that in the sedimentary rocks we have a layered wise arrangement. Layered wise arrangement is not here. So there is no layered wise arrangement. There is no bedding, especially here in this particular rock. You can, these rocks are unfossiliferous. These rocks are unfossiliferous. Rocks are azoic, means there is no trace of living form of life in these set of rocks. In these set of rocks, you won't found any fossil deposits. You won't found any evidence regarding the life on Earth, because this rock is a result of intense heat, intense, we can say, pressure, at which no living organism could be able to survive. Whatever material would have been there with that particular rock, that would going to evaporize. Okay, then it will going to vaporize, that will resulted into what? No trace of life. So this particular rock is unfossiliferous and azoic, means no fossil found, no set life. And as these kind of rocks not have any fossil evidences, in these kind of rocks you won't found any energy, won't found